the evening, a good way to start any evening by calling to the podium the president of the junior class and president-elect of our National Honor Society, Noah Babin, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I would like to begin with some much-needed thank yous. As always, the auditorium looks spectacular, clean as a whistle. How about a huge thank you to our amazing custodial staff here at Goffstown High School. Kim McCann does a lot at Goffstown High School. That's an understatement. Academic Awards is something that she spearheads. A huge thank you to Mrs. Kimberly McCann. And if anyone works in an educational institution, you will know this. I can promise you, though, admin assistants make schools work. We have spectacular admin assistants. The person who does 90% of the work for this evening is one of our admin assistants out front. She's here someplace, I believe, Miss Patty Easton. How about a big round of applause for Patty Easton? Great schools have great teachers. I could be biased, but we have an abundance of great teachers at Goffstown High School. You will have the pleasure with me tonight to sit back, relax, and hear them speak so eloquently and highly about the wonderful students who deserve these awards. But how about a big round of applause for our spectacular staff at Goffstown High School? And again, a special shout out I would say as well, and I could miss some if I do, but I have an amazing admin team. Some of them are home doing other things like Mr. Cowhead and others who could pop in. But how about if my other, you're gonna meet Melissa Mazzoni in 2, but you might not tonight, Mr. Kurt McDermott and Callie Rosmek. If you could, just give a little wave. Huge thank you to the team behind our award recipients tonight. Most of the time, people don't do it alone in the world, I don't believe, and I believe our students have amazing parents, grandparents, family members, guardians. So again, my staff and your children would like to give you a big thank you. So thank you for all the support. Last but not least for me, the elite group, the award recipients this evening. And I'm gonna do my humanities round math. Is that this is an elite group. This is one of the hardest parts of the year for our great teachers when they try to decide who gets these awards. So I'm doing my humanities math. There's roughly 1,000 people at Goffstown High School. There's 4 classes. That's 250 kids in each class. So when there's an English 9 award that's given out, it's elite. It's really, really, really hard to do. So I hope that you feel that, know that, and can sit back and enjoy this great honor that you so deserve. So how about a huge round of applause for our award recipients this evening? We are going to kick off the evening with the recognition of the top 10 students and you will know, if you don't already, a bit more of a change that happened at Goffstown High School, and whenever it gets technical, I step the heck out of the way. Ms. Kim McCann is going to tell you about this change in case you do not know.
Good evening. One of the things that you will see tonight is that we are going to introduce you to the top 10 performing students of the sophomore, junior, and senior class. We have started to move away from ranking. This has been a 5+ year process at Goffstown High School. It actually started with students asking us to move away from doing the top 10 for undergrads at this evening, in fact, about 5 years ago. And in looking at that, we made some adjustments at the time. We used to every single year say at the end of the freshman year, this was the top-ranked student, third-ranked student. And they said, there's so much movement and fluctuality with that. Do we really have to do it every year? Can't we just do it at the end? Through talking with a larger pool of students and staff and parents at the time, the decision then was made to move to introducing you to those students alphabetically and not placing an emphasis on the rank here and just holding that for the finality of the top 10 in their senior year. But we also started to do some research about schools that were still doing rank, schools that had moved away from rank, and why. And what we found was that more than half of the high schools in the country at this time have moved away from rank. Many, many, many colleges and universities have told us that it is not a determining factor in their admissions process. That rank, as many of you are well aware, and GPA, as many of you are well aware, is an imperfect science. There are a lot of factors, intended and otherwise, that can impact that, and it does not give all students an opportunity to be recognized. The reality is that we have incredibly talented students in a wide range of areas, but they don't all have the opportunity to be recognized because they may not all have honors or AP courses in those particular areas, but that does not take away from the excellence of the work that they do. So we've made the decision to move to a Latin honors system. We had proposed that it would start with the incoming class next year, but as that conversation happened with the school board, we actually had a request from multiple parents of students in the current 9th grade class that said, why can't you start it now? We're very much behind this. We shared our proposal and our rationale with our current 9th grade families, and the response was overwhelming. Well over 80% of families who responded asked that we make that change starting with this year's 9th grade class, so that's what we're doing. So starting with the class of 28, yes. Students will have the opportunity to earn Latin honors. That will be based on a fixed GPA, so it is an objective measure that all students have the opportunity to attain in a more collaborative, collegial academic environment, not having to worry about competition. And we really hope that that is going to allow students to follow some of their passions and not opt out of a lot of really cool educational opportunities that happen in this building because they're worried that it's not an honors or an AP class, but they will be able to have that focus, take more of an opportunity, and really enjoy all of the educational and learning opportunities here at Goffstown High School. So you're going to hear from 3 classes, and next year it'll be 2 top 10s, then we'll have the final group, and we will have shifted our processes, and as everything we do, we will continue to reflect on and refine and look to make sure that the choices we're making give all of your students the best opportunity to be successful. Thank you.
So at this time, our Director of School Counseling, Melissa Mazzoni, is going to help me introduce the top 10 in each class.
Yeah.
Just tell me when we speed up.
I'm good.
Speed up? Okay.
Good evening. Please join me in recognizing the top 10 from the class of 2027. Ella Coletti. Eli Douglas. Cheyenne Frost. Logan Hansen. Sarah Hohenadel. Teresa Lorendo. Aiden Marler. Sophia McAllister. Charles Riding. And Reese Still.
We'll continue the tradition of offering parents a quick photo if you want. Keyword quick, if you don't mind. And we'll put them together right there. So you're going to have to go shoulder to shoulder real tight. Tight, 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 tight. You can come forward if you would like. Tight, 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 tight. Push this week. Straight line. Congratulations again.
We would next like to recognize the top 10 from the class of 2026. Noah Babin. Emma Bird. Mia Brissett. Aiden Cockrell. Stephen Damboyce. Gabrielle Millis. Madeline Rossi. JL Roos. Kira Schaefer. And Ryan Weiss.
Congratulations. Congratulations again.
I don't know anything about.
So besides your nice certificate you're receiving, the graduating seniors, you get some bling bling. Ms. McCann will show you the bling bling. Nice medal, name on it. Again, sorry, freshmen. We'll do other fun things for you, I promise. So, you know. Still support the concept.
From the graduating class of 2025, ranked number 10, Kara Tashida. Number 9, Helen Carl. Number 8, Nicole Keys. Number 7, Claire LaRoche. Number 6, Emma Vigent. Number 5, Peyton Duff. Number 4, Lucinda Exner. Number 3, Alexander Lowell. Number 2, Meredith Winterburn. And ranked number 1, this year's valedictorian, Tyler Sanders.
Pick it up. Yeah. Congratulations once again. And now we will begin with recognition for academic excellence, English 9. Miss Lindsay Edwards, come forward and just remind to our staff if you can introduce the next person, that would be great. Again, Miss Lindsay Edwards.
Good evening. I'm happy to kick off this night to celebrate the many achievements of our students here in the room. Tonight, it is my honor to recognize an outstanding student who has not only excelled in English 9 honors, but has done so with a relentless passion for learning and a boundless curiosity that inspired not only me, but also his classmates. This student is someone who searches for depth, venturing beyond the easy solutions offered by technology. He never looked for the easy way out. In fact, there were times when he actively sought out a more challenging route simply because it led to higher learning. For example, there was an analysis essay that I had assigned, and I only required 3 examples for a particular part. And this student asked if he could offer more than 3 examples. And I said, absolutely. Bare minimum is not in his dictionary. This student has shown exceptional enthusiasm in exploring literature far beyond the pages in front of him. Whether delving into tales from Greek mythology or examining the various literary time periods we covered in class this year, his curiosity knows no bounds. His in-depth understanding of history and its connection to the literature we analyzed is truly remarkable, and it speaks to his dedication to expanding his knowledge even further. But what truly sets him apart is not just his academic prowess, it's his eagerness to share his understanding and insights with those around him. He is always willing to lend a hand to his classmates, explaining complex themes and fostering an environment where everyone feels encouraged to learn and grow together. Rather than using this knowledge to put himself above others, he meets others where they are at and assists them in the learning process. He also brought humor to each class, creating an engaging and lively learning environment. His wit and cheerful demeanor made even the most complex topics enjoyable. Just the other day, in fact, we were reading Romeo and Juliet outside, and there was a role that required singing. Nobody wanted to do that part, and he enthusiastically volunteered. And he received a much-deserved round of applause. It was really good. Furthermore, he enriched our classroom experience by introducing supplemental texts that helped with all of the background knowledge that we were learning in our curriculum. I feel fortunate to have witnessed such a bright mind develop, and I am confident that his journey in learning will bring about great achievement, not only for himself, but for those inspired by his path. Please join me in congratulating Liam Piercy for his extraordinary dedication, passion, and generosity of spirit in our English 9 honors class. Your future is bright, and I'm excited to see all the remarkable things you do.
Do we take?
Yeah. Picture, okay. If you want a picture. would now like to I would now like to invite Mrs. Lee Mannion to the front to present the award for English 10.
Thank you, Lee, and I do apologize, and Liam deserved that picture, but we will be here all night, so that's just, the pictures are just for those top students. If you take a quick one from behind, and or at the end of the night, we can take pictures all over. We'll stay here as long as you want. Beautiful backdrop, and I should have said before, Dan Filer is our music guy in the back. Thank you, Dan.
This year, I had the privilege of teaching a truly outstanding group of sophomores. From the beginning of the year, I knew I was in for a rewarding one. Among them, one student stood out. This was the student who came to class with genuine curiosity. From reading ahead to asking for more books to read, this student was shy but steadily found their voice both in our class discussions and in their writing. In a year filled with great students, this student reminded me why I chose to become an English teacher, and I'm proud to give the Sophomore English Award to Milo Kronvall. Meg Terrio.
Folks familiar with this year's 11th grade class will agree that this is truly an exceptional group of academically gifted students. As such, it was difficult to whittle down the list to just one recipient for this evening's award. But when I began thinking about the characteristic that would set apart this recipient from her equally exceptional peers, the word that came to mind was consistent. The student receiving tonight's award is nothing if not consistent. The questions she asks in class, consistently keen and discerning. The observations she shares with her peers, consistently perceptive and insightful. Her work habits and organizational skills, consistently meticulous and diligent. The quality of work that she submits in every single assignment, from a brief journal entry to the culminating research presentation on the need for music education in classrooms, consistently masterful and unmatched. So while this year's group of juniors is undoubtedly top-notch, this particular student, Carly Gilman, has set herself apart from the crowd in that she is not only incredibly bright and innately talented, she is also committed to consistently exceeding expectations and demonstrating academic excellence. Well done, Carly. And Holly Posen will talk about the 12th grade.
Thank you, Mrs. Terrio. Good evening. Each year, the Senior English Award is given to a student who has not only excelled academically as a reader and writer, but one who has also demonstrated a deep and lasting connection to literature. Tonight, I have the privilege of recognizing Kaylee Picard. From the beginning of the year, it was clear Kaylee is a force. She is kind and respectful, but she is also an obvious leader in the room, typically being the first to volunteer and also standing as the voice of reason among her peers. She is also incredibly well-read, so much so that every time I recommend a book, she says, "Oh, I've read that one," or "It's at home on the shelf, waiting to be read." Kaylee moves through the world of language and ideas with confidence and curiosity. She possesses the ability to read a complex text and immediately have an understanding of not only the meaning, but also of how it functions. As a writer, she is no less a force. During our in-class essays, she set the standard. The writing she produced in 40 minutes was consistently sophisticated. I lost count of how many times I used her work as the exemplar. Kaylee's college essay revolved around childhood memories, which were so very beautifully crafted. Her ability to draw out emotion with such grace and precision is something many writers spend decades chasing. Though she plans to pursue a career in the medical field, I know she will maintain her connection to literature and will continue to cultivate her literary gifts. Kaylee Picard, it is my great pleasure to present you with this year's Senior English Award. Will you please come forward? Up next, Mr. Belding for the Performing Arts Awards.
Good evening. Once again, I am here to present awards for 3 different people, so please bear with me for the next few minutes. Handing out these awards is certainly bittersweet, as we are about to lose a talented crop of seniors to their next steps. These students have etched a profound legacy within our department and have set the bar extremely high for all future students in our program. I now present our first award as a proxy for Brannigan Burstein. It is my pleasure to recognize Aaron Reimer as a recipient of an academic award for performing arts this year. I have known Aaron for the past 4 years as a student in the movement and dance company classes and performances. Aaron is a dedicated and thoughtful student who works hard at everything she does. Aaron is a joy to have in class. She is attentive to detail, asks insightful questions, and is always looking for ways to improve. Erin has a love of the sciences and for the arts. Whether Erin is working on a painting, a dance performance where she is dedicated to rehearsals, choreographing and performing, or her science classes where she is inquisitive, thorough, and analytical in her findings, her efforts carry over to all that she does. Erin is a leader. She is not loud in her leadership, but attentive and strong, with a strength in highlighting the abilities of those around her. I have seen her take the lead on choreography projects, teaching, explaining, and adjusting to the needs of her dancers on multiple occasions. She is also a leader in her community and being involved in school activities, supporting her friends. Over the last 4 years, it has been a privilege to have Erin as a student. I have enjoyed watching her grow into the confident, intelligent, and wonderfully creative person she is today. I will miss having Erin in class. Her dedication, coupled with quick wit, will be missed. I am excited to see what her future holds and look forward to supporting her in those future endeavors. Congratulations, Erin. Okay, I'll go back to speaking for myself now. On a baseball team, a utility player is somebody that can cover many different positions on the field. In the performing arts department, that player is Kaylin Emerson. After working with her in 7th grade and knowing what challenges were presented with COVID, I was glad that she chose to join us at GHS. I can remember the conversation with her mom on the phone at the end of her 8th grade year about what's next. And knowing she was coming to GHS, I felt like we had the #1 draft pick. Whether Kaylin is singing in select vocal ensemble, playing her viola in orchestra, serving on the executive board of our Tri-M chapter, or opening Phantom of the Opera with command of notes well above the staff, she attacks everything with 110% effort and succeeds with her unmatched talent. Her positivity has single-handedly kept more than a few students afloat within our department, and her attitude and musical ability are attributes we will truly miss after commencement. Kaylin has made sure to represent herself and Goffstown well, as this year she is a 4-year award recipient at the New Hampshire All-State Festival, an achievement that can only be claimed by a fraction of those who participate. Kaylin, there isn't now and never will be someone like you in our department. Thank you for all that you have brought to our ensembles, our stage, and our state. Congratulations. One more. I'm almost done. To be able to recognize one New Hampshire All-State 4-year award winner is special in itself, but to have two in the same class is remarkable. Not only has Hildy Hieronymus received this prestigious honor, but she was also a 3-year participant at the Jazz All-State Festival. And that's not all. In every single audition for each one of those festivals, Hildy was consistently a top 5 vocalist in the entire state. To say that she has done Goffstown proud would be a drastic understatement. I remember Hildy coming into a 7th grade chorus rehearsal at the end of her 6th grade year. With the way she jumped right into the mix and didn't become immediately scarred for life, I knew that we had a special musician in our program. That was my drastic understatement, as she has proven time and time again. Along with all of her musical successes and abilities, it's Hildy's leadership that stands out when I think about her contributions to our program. It's been a great joy to watch her lead a sectional or direct a piece of music. She teaches, she enlightens, she inspires, and she is constantly asking what she can do to improve. These are all terrific qualities for somebody about to embark on a music education degree. Hildy, I look forward to seeing you at conferences, at state festivals, and the day when we are colleagues in the same profession. Congratulations, Hildy. I would now like to welcome Christine Bean and Kim Cashin for our Business Education Awards.
It's our great pleasure, to present this year's Academic Award in Business to 3 very deserving students. This award recognizes not only outstanding grades, but also a commitment to learning, leadership in the classroom, and the kind of curiosity that drives and sets great students apart. Emma Eastman and Dylan Gaudette are 2 of these recipients. They were both top students in Running Start Principles of Management and Running Start Accounting, maintaining an A or A+ average in both classes all year. Accounting is often referred to as the language of business. It requires more than just technical skills. It takes precision, critical thinking, ethical judgment, and attention to detail. These 2 students have consistently demonstrated these qualities and so much more. Throughout the year, they've demonstrated an outstanding grasp of accounting concepts and principles, whether analyzing complex case studies, contributing thoughtful insights during class discussions, mastering complex financial statements, or applying accounting concepts to real-world accounting challenges with precision. Beyond academics, both students have shown true professionalism, a strong work ethic, and the kind of integrity that will undoubtedly lead to successful careers in the business world. Their peers respect them, their teachers praise them, and today we honor them. Dylan and Emma, I am so proud of both of you. You're so deserving of this award.
Our 3rd recipient, Olivia Goslin, is a senior, taking personal financial management and principles of management, and she's also a member of the Future Business Leaders of America. She excels in both courses, and she won an award through FBLA this year. She goes above and beyond in both courses, working on projects and assignments ahead of time, so she can revise and dive deeply into the curriculum, asking clarifying questions of guest speakers and enriching the learning experiences. She is also willing to assist in peer tutoring in both business courses, whether she's working on complex tax paperwork, making comprehensive budget for financing her future, matching factors that impact insurance premiums, building wealth through various investments, or learning about what banks offer customers. Olivia models proficiency in decision-making, goal setting, money management, planning, communicating, and collaborating with her classmates. She is deserving of this academic award. Please join us in congratulating all three recipients of this year's Academic Business Awards. I don't think she's here. This is Randy Lovering for the Physical Education Academic Awards.
What's up, G-Town? Sorry, been sitting for a little bit. So good evening, and first of all, congratulations to all those who are being recognized here tonight. Congratulations to our PE award-winning students, Evan Dion and Will Hamill. Evan and Will have both demonstrated exceptional skills, dedication, and sportsmanship in physical education. They have shown remarkable leadership qualities, inspiring their peers and contributing positively to the class environment. Their ability to work effectively in teams has been excellent, fostering a spirit of collaboration and mutual respect with all. Evan and Will have consistently performed at a high level, maintaining their commitment to physical fitness and personal growth. Their positive attitude and enthusiasm have made a significant impact in both the classmates and the overall PE program. It has been a pleasure to have Will and Evan in our classes this year. Unfortunately, Will and Evan, both due to athletic commitments, were not able to be here tonight, but we still wanted to recognize them, and we will be sure to give them their awards in our class the next time we see them. So congratulations. I would like to introduce Kristen Bean back up here from the math department.
It's my great pleasure to present the Freshman Mathematics Academic Award, an honor that recognizes not only academic excellence, but also dedication to critical thinking and the true appreciation for the beauty and power of mathematics. It's my honor to recognize Isabella Young as this year's recipient. Mathematics is a subject that challenges us to think deeply, solve problems creatively, and approach the world of logic and precision. Isabella has consistently demonstrated these qualities and so much more. This award is given to a freshman in Algebra 2 Honors, the highest math that a freshman can take. Algebra 2 Honors is a really vigorous math class, and this year there's 6 Algebra 2 Honors classes, and Isabella stands out as the top student amongst all 6 classes. She's maintained an A average all year. In fact, this semester she's maintained a 99% average. What really sets Isabella apart is her eagerness to help others, her curiosity, her willingness to ask the tough questions, and her drive to find the answers. She challenges herself for chances to grow. Through every lesson, every problem set, and every challenge, Isabella shows determination, curiosity, and an eager to understand, not just to get the right answer, but to truly grasp the concepts. Her work is thoughtful, accurate, and insightful, beyond the expectation of the course. This award celebrates not just her talent, but her discipline and effort, and the effort that it takes to master such a difficult subject in the world of mathematics. Please join me in congratulating Isabella Young. Isabella, you've set high standards for excellence, and I'm so proud of you. I'm here to welcome Jess Brown, my esteemed colleague.
The recipient of this year's 10th grade math award has a presence in the classroom that's subtle. That is, until you start to notice the quiet brilliance at work. He carries a calm confidence paired with a sharp and agile intellect. While others are still reading the question, he's often already found the solution. He leads not with volume, but with vision, a soft-spoken leader who sees through complexity with enviable clarity. He's never intimidated or hesitant by a challenge. He's the one we can always count on, steady, thoughtful, and consistently excellent. As I said, there's a subtlety to who he is and how he carries himself. But his impact on the classroom, there isn't anything subtle about it. And neither are his dance moves when he's busy at the whiteboard. Of course, this year's 10th grade math award goes to Aiden Marler. And now, for the 11th grade math award, it's my pleasure to...
What are you doing, Jess?
Why are you making this awkward? There are people here.
Yeah. I pretty much taught this kid everything he knows about calculus.
We know that's not true.
Okay, fair, but I had him first, and I've been waiting all year for this moment.
Okay, but this takes up part of your time.
Don't tell him I said this, but this year's group of 11th graders are probably the strongest mathematicians I've ever had in calculus. But even among such a strong, outstanding group, one student stood out. From the first few weeks of class, it became clear that calculus wasn't just a subject for him. It was a giant puzzle for him, and he couldn't put it down. He spent his free time exploring concepts beyond the curriculum, often diving into topics weeks or even months ahead of the rest of the class. During prep, he covered the whiteboards, not just solving problems, but proving theorems, challenging assumptions, and sharing insights with anyone who would listen. Eventually, it became obvious that he needed a bigger challenge. So, partway through the year, he made the giant leap into AP Calculus BC, a course typically reserved for seniors.
This student's relationship with math is nothing short of extraordinary. He approaches each concept as a mystery to unravel. He is driven by an insustainable intellectual thirst. Insatiable. It is sustainable. All right. No whiteboard or scrap paper is safe. Any surface being a space for him to work through the latest proof that has captured his imagination. Some might say he bears a striking resemblance to the great mathematician Leonard Euler. Like Euler, Aiden sees beauty in complexity and elegance in logic. He must know why it works and how it connects with the greater mathematical universe. I think it's safe to say that someday we will be discussing the great mathematician Aiden Cockrell. Congratulations.
And now Nate Bracey and Jess Brown with the 12th grade math award.
Aim for the trifecta.
Apologies to all, but our speech isn't quite complete yet. We're going to need a little help from the audience.
Chadbourne, could you give us a noun? Pinnacle.
Yeah.
I like
I think
it.
that works, yeah.
Okay, we'll take it.
Chalbert, could you give us a math term?
Complicated statistical concepts?
Complicated statistical concepts?
Okay.
Acceptable.
Sure, we'll take it. How about an adjective?
Tireless.
Ooh, I like that one. That's a good one. All right.
I think we're ready. When the senior math teachers got together, choosing one student to represent the pinnacle of mathematics at GHS was difficult. There were quite a few names to choose from, but the more we thought about it, the more evident it became that one student stood above the rest.
One student who stood out amongst their peers during the entirety of their high school experience.
This student was dedicated in and out of the classroom at a level that I've rarely seen. They consistently worked to understand complicated statistical concepts to a depth that rose above most of their peers.
She is a tireless learner who demonstrates remarkable discipline and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge.
Her work for statistics wasn't merely for herself. She consistently helped classmates prepare for rigorous exams outside of our class time.
Her articulate and expressive communication skills are a testament to her ability to convey complex ideas or approach challenging situations with clarity and precision. This skill not only enriches class discussions, but elevates the educational experience for her peers. While undeniably remarkable in the classroom, we'd argue she's an even better human being. Her brilliance, her dedication, her vibrancy, her resilience. These traits will distinguish her no matter what path she takes in life.
Together, we would like to honor
Chadbourne, proper noun, proper noun.
It's got to be Meredith Winterburn.
As this year's 12th grade math award.
My job.
Congratulations. Okay.
And I would like to introduce Naomi Riscotti for this year's Health Education Award.
Good evening, everybody. As a first-year health teacher, it has been such a rewarding experience getting to know students and watching them grow throughout the year. Tonight, I am proud to present the Academic Health Award to a student who truly exemplifies what it means to be dedicated, respectful, and driven. From day one, this student has stood out as someone who consistently gives her best effort, whether participating in class discussions, turning in thoughtful assignments, or asking insightful questions. She always approaches her work with intention and desire to learn. What I admire most about her is her ability to advocate for herself and stay organized, qualities that not only make her a strong student, but will serve her well far beyond the classroom. She is also kind and a supportive classmate, helping to create a positive learning environment for everyone around her. Tonight, I am proud to present this award to Callie Quinn. I would like to introduce Mr. Eric Greenland from Family Consumer Science.
Hello, hello. Reflecting back on this year, I had the great privilege to be a part of this student's 4-year high school journey. Many things are different teaching as years gone on, like this is the first year I'm attempting to read off my cell phone instead of stumbling through my note cards. But I noticed that one thing has always remained true is constant change that you see in a student throughout a 4-year period is just always an amazing thing to be a part of. And this student has that amazing constant change for 4 years. So I'm really thrilled to give this award to Alexis Maliner. I would like to introduce for the Science Department, Jenna Tangway.
Good evening. My name is Jenna Tangway, and I am here to present the Freshman Science Award. I've had the privilege of having this student in my honors biology class this year, which is typically a sophomore level class. This student has not only kept up with a rigorous honors curriculum, but thrived and far exceeded my expectations. What impresses me the most about this student is her ability to comprehend the content, which is a testament to her investment in the scientific process. Although I'm sad to not have the student on my roster for next year, I'm really excited to see her continue her success in her time here at Goffstown. It is my pleasure to present the Freshman Science Award to Kate Scott. Me again. And I'm now here to present the Sophomore Science Award. I have the student in my honors chemistry class, and teaching him has been nothing short of entertaining, but also wonderful. This student is also enrolled in human biology, and his teacher, Mrs. Annis, and I agree that his curiosity and dedication to the inquiry process are what make him an excellent student and scientist. He genuinely wants to learn, which is a pretty rare quality these days, and he is an exemplary leader and collaborator. This student has made me a better teacher, and I'm looking forward to seeing him thrive as an upperclassman next year. It is my pleasure to present the Sophomore Science Award to Eli Douglas. And to present the Junior Science Award is Megan Klickner.
Hello. When you picture the setting of an advanced placement classroom full of 23 masterminds, many of whom make up the top 10 of both current junior and senior classes, you might find yourself picturing a calm group diligently plugging away at practice problems or taking notes or just otherwise being studious. And when I got a preview of my roster last spring, I was picturing the same thing. Never once did I imagine that I would need to tell this brilliant bunch to stop wrestling or ask them, why is his head in your armpit? At the helm of this organized chaos is where you would find our junior science winner. All jokes aside, this student has shown an incredible passion for science throughout his first 3 years at GHS. He has almost run out of AP Science courses to take and has quite simply crushed every single one of them, skipping right to AP Physics 2 and studying on his own to prepare for the jump. Every brilliant question that this student asks comes from a place of genuine curiosity and a desire to understand the connections within his diverse science background. Despite the playful wrestling matches between lab experiments, he's the kind of student who always makes sure his classmates understand the material and feel supported. His charisma and empathy allow him to relate to anyone in the room. His kindness is as strong as his grip, so while our classroom may look a bit unruly at times, this student is ensuring that it is a space for both learning and laughter. Congratulations to our Junior Science Award winner, Mason Nemec. Scott Mayat, you're up.
Hey, I'm glad you're here. It is truly a pleasure to be here tonight. As my colleagues have already said, thank you for being here to celebrate these truly amazing people. It's insane what we get to be part of every day. So being an academic awards night, the expectation is that we're going to spend time recognizing and celebrating excellence in the classroom, and it is science, so we have to talk about the labs, and we have to talk about the AP exams. It's a time when we're going to call attention to all of the grinding, the years of grinding and studying and working problems, and saying, why did I sign up for this class? We're supposed to emphasize the fact that this year's choice for the Senior Science Award has spent much of the last 2 years thinking often and long about math and physics. Not to mention even longer lists of other advanced courses across the whole academic spectrum here, including the concert band. We would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that our recipient is also a member of multiple of our academic honor societies, including the Science National Honor Society, and has also been an active member of the Math Club, and recently somehow lassoed a group of friends and convinced them to take a national physics competition exam, where afterward they were like, what was that? Regarding AP exams, it is important to note that after taking the Calculus BC exam, our recipient walked through not one, but 3, the whole battery of remaining physics AP exams, all of them. Might be the first in a long time here in our history here. Back in October, while I was chatting with Ms. Brown, she described our recipient this way. She's at the top of the group. She's so good. She's in the group that will move on to the real stuff. And we agree, I think, that there's nothing wrong with talking about these things. It's what we're supposed to do. It's the story that we're here to celebrate and listen to. But like every great story, there's more. There's another, possibly more important layer. You see, if we only focused on the accolades and the accomplishments, we would miss out on the opportunity to fully celebrate Sophia Garceau. Beyond the books, beyond the tests, beyond the honor societies and academic recognition, Sophia is genuinely one of the good ones. She's excellent in every way. I have this strange dichotomy in my life. I have a room full of physics lab stuff, but there's this one period a day where there's this thing called a supported prep that's hosted in my room. And I'm not sure how many people in this room are familiar with supported preps. They're usually filled with reluctant participants to high school, not necessarily loving all of the, hey, I should grind out 90 minutes of problems and silence sustained reading. And one of the days I had spent the majority of the period making copies, and I came back, and our friend Monica Galamaga, who runs this supported prep, as she's packing up and getting ready to head on to another class, she's like, I got to tell you, I had a chance to just watch Sophia today. It was unbelievable. There's this group sitting at her table who were just not taking help from anyone in any capacity. And Sophia just managed to work her way in and actually teach the math in a way at the end of it, they just looked at her and went, I've never heard it like that. Sorry, math department. You probably needed Sophia somewhere along the way. I know that I need her in physics class. Truly amazing. Truly great. 2 years of absolute joy getting to hang out with you. As I'm finishing up here, it would be a giant, giant, giant mistake to not say, well done, Mom. She's unbelievable, doing a great job. And so on behalf of the science faculty, it's my privilege to present this year's Senior Science Award to future Bowdoin College physics student, our friend, Sophia Garceau. Would you help me in welcoming up Erin McKinnon and Emma Vanderpool?
Can't believe they have me following you, Scott, for the second year in a row. Ugh, tough thing. So this year's recipient of the World Language Department for Latin is wholly unique, for he has studied not only the absolutely inscrutable language of physics, but he's also studied Latin and Spanish and Italian. For all 4 years, he has taken on this challenge of not only studying, but loving these 4 if we count physics, languages. Although it may seem like an easy feat, because all 3 languages are Romance languages, they all come from Latin, of course. But I would argue that it's even more difficult because these languages are so closely related. But despite these challenges, and because of his hard work and dedication, this year's recipient has earned the Gold Seal of Biliteracy for Latin, Spanish, and Italian, proving that he is proficient in not only English, but also these other languages. This year's recipient, Luca DeMarco's mind is attuned for language. He makes connections between the Romance languages with not only a keen ear, but a mind built for connections, whether grammatically, syntactically, or linguistically. We can always count on Luca to be able to make a clever connection or contrast between the languages. I could always count on him to be like, hey, what Italian word is that related to in Latin? Or, wait, isn't that like in Spanish? And he'd always have a response. His mental map accounts not only for language, but for geography as well, further demonstrating his ability to make these global connections. But Luca is outstanding not only for his language skills, but for his curiosity and his willingness to always be asking questions and to learn more about the world around him. He does not balk at cultural differences, but instead embraces them. All of these skills and more will serve him well as he goes on to Union College to study physics. Congratulations, Luca.
Some students take Spanish to check a box or meet a requirement, but for Nate Reed, learning Spanish has always been something more meaningful, a way to connect with people, to understand different perspectives, and to build community. From the very beginning, Nate brought energy, purpose, and empathy to our classroom. He doesn't speak Spanish to impress, he speaks Spanish to engage. His commitment to full immersion, even when it was difficult, helped create a classroom environment where others felt safe to take risks and grow. He leads by example and reminds us that language learning isn't just about vocabulary or grammar, it's about people and connections. Nate is genuinely curious, not just about Spanish, but about the cultures, histories, and values that shape the Spanish-speaking world. He listens with intention, shares with thoughtfulness, and always brings an open mind to our discussions. His insights have helped all of us see beyond ourselves and make deeper connections. Also earning the Gold Seal of Biliteracy, which is a well-deserved recognition of Nate's dedication. But what truly sets him apart is the way he uses language to bring people together, with empathy, curiosity, and a deep respect for others. Y Nate, espero que nunca pierdas esta pasión por aprender, por conectar, por compartir, y gracias por todo lo que has aportado a nuestra comunidad, y felicitaciones.
And I'm back. All right, here we go. So it's not every year that as a department, we choose to bestow an award for the entire world language department at Goffstown High School. But sometimes a student just stands out and really affects every classroom in our department. They go above and beyond for their language skills and their status as a polyglot. Whether mastering complex grammar or embracing the nuances of French culture, Helen Carl's journey throughout high school and through the AP level reflects a deep commitment to excellence. In her junior year, having taken French for 5 years, Helen took on the challenge of taking Italian, a course normally reserved for seniors. And while taking Italian and French simultaneously, well, that wasn't enough for Helen. So what did Helen decide to do? Helen decided that, well, Latin sounded pretty cool with Miss Vanderpool. So she took Latin 1 and 2 on VLAX online in the spring and summer so that she could take Latin 3, 4 in the fall with her peers. Wild, I know. I was a little skeptical, but Helen, of course, proved me very wrong. I should have never doubted her. Beyond her studies at GHS, Helen took the initiative to study a non-Romance language, German, for 2 consecutive summers at the Concordia language villages. And she not only studied these many different languages, but she has earned the Seal of Biliteracy for French, Latin, and German. Absolutely insane. So, as you have heard, Helen is a self-starter. And she's someone with a lot of grit and persistence. And she's shown herself to not only be wildly intelligent, but curious and unafraid of a challenge. I had the pleasure of taking Helen abroad this past spring to Italy and Greece. I've never seen a sicker kid power through the Roman Forum. But it's this willingness to persist through any discomfort and learn about other cultures that is such a key factor in language learning, and also just a key part of the essence of Helen Carl. Her passion for language learning and expanding her understanding of the world is truly inspiring. Her dedication to learning not only enriched our classrooms, but also set a shining example for her peers. All right. So here's my attempt at some languages. Felicitaciones, gratulaciones, complimenti et gratulation on this well-deserved recognition. Your achievements are absolutely commendable, and we look forward to seeing where your linguistics talents take you next year at Middlebury College. Congratulations. Oh, and next up is Matthew Kunzik.
Good evening. I will start the awards for the Social Studies Department. Have you ever had someone eavesdrop on your conversation? Have you ever had someone eavesdrop and it was blatantly obvious that they were doing so? Sure, we all have. Now, have you ever had someone whose sole purpose to eavesdrop was to advantageously gain every tidbit of extra information or to make every additional connection to the curriculum as possible? No? Well, I have. In this funny anecdote, I am referencing Catherine Scott. I have secretly referred to Kate Scott all year long as Great Scott. I simply kept this nickname to myself in my head. None of the students are aware of this. If you do a quick search for the phrase Great Scott, it returns the results of a dated exclamation used to express surprise, amazement, or dismay. The latter does not apply here, but surprise and amazement do. Surprise. Surprise in Kate's boldness, tenacity, and reliability to always remind the class of a vocabulary definition. Amazement. Amazement in consistent and unwavering academic performance, thirst for knowledge, and desire to work hard for every minute in each 90-minute class. Remember my funny anecdote? Kate truly did this. In any instance that I spoke with other students, Kate was watching and listening in. Any clarification of concepts, review of directions, additional real-world examples given, or preview of things to come, Kate wanted to know and soaked up every bit like a sponge. This speaks to Kate's steadfast commitment, genuine curiosity, and quite honestly, high-level achievement as an academic competitor. As you may or may not know, Kate is a tennis player. Coincidentally, I also played tennis in high school. I believe one of the most important skills in tennis is anticipation. Anticipation of your opponent's movement and anticipation of where the ball is heading next. This was Kate in the classroom. The eavesdropping, the qualities of Great Scott, Kate was always anticipating the next move in class and where the next task would land so that she could react in accordance. I am happy and truly honored to present the Freshman Social Studies Award to Catherine Scott. And now I'd like to introduce Vicki Lucier.
Good evening. Today I have the pleasure of recognizing a student who has been a steady, high-achieving presence in our classroom all year. She listens with care, thinks critically, and always gives her best. This student is a quiet force. Her actions speak volumes. She lifts others up, helps without being asked, and spreads kindness and compassion. It is rare when you find someone who is not only smart and hardworking, but also so genuinely good-hearted. I am so proud to give the 10th grade Social Studies Award to Miss Reagan LeBeer. And now we have our fearless leader of our Social Studies Department, the amazing Mr. Pishka.
I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to invite the recipient up. Hit it, Dan. Chloe Dumit, please join me. Thank you. Chloe doesn't know that we're hugging it out after, because evidently hugs a thing here, so. Are you ready for that? We'll do it at the end. I just want to share something that Chloe inspires me. About, I don't know, 6, maybe 5 days ago, we were walking down the hall, and she told me that I had been nominated for prom court. So this is big. I left prom before they announced the winners, so I didn't win. Tonight, we celebrate academic excellence, intellectual curiosity, and the spirit of leadership. This recognition is not just an award for high achievement in advanced placement U.S. history. It's a validation of Chloe's unwavering commitment to her core values and character traits of leadership, dependability, and integrity. Chloe is many things: a kind and compassionate individual, an exceptional student and athlete, a published author, a contributor to the GHS community, a leader within our school, and a vice president for O Kappa. But beyond those titles, Chloe is an inspiration, someone who encourages those around her to think critically, carefully, and with an open mind about both the past and the present. What sets Chloe apart is her ability to synthesize historical knowledge and perspectives in a way that deepens her understanding of the world. Anyone who has spoken with her will immediately recognize her articulate nature, her sense of purpose, and the meaning she infuses into everything she does. She is not content with simply remembering historical facts. She questions events of the past to better understand the present and ultimately to shape her future. She has become a student who not only learns but applies her knowledge responsibly, ensuring that her values guide her actions. Throughout her time at Goffstown High School, Chloe has continuously demonstrated the qualities of a passionate and mature learner. She enters the classroom eager to expand her understanding, prepared to engage with complex ideas, and ready to challenge herself intellectually. She is an unyielding student with the unique ability to absorb, analyze, and evaluate information in a way that enhances both her learning and the learning of those around her. In moments of academic challenge, Chloe shines. In our AP US History class, when the material became dense or difficult, she had the remarkable ability to clarify concepts, offer insightful commentary, and contribute to discussions that propelled the class forward. She is a student who not only meets challenges head-on, but also lifts others in the process. Chloe, your dedication to learning and leadership continues to leave an enduring mark on the school community. You have modeled what it means to be a thoughtful scholar and engaged citizen. Congratulations on this well-earned recognition. You inspire us all. I want to end with a quote from maybe the most important American, Henry Clay. Of all the properties which belong to honorable people, not one is so highly prized as that of character. He was obviously saying that about Chloe. I would like to introduce the fantastic Mr. Sam O'Brien.
Three years ago, I stood at this very podium to recognize a remarkable freshman, one who was already dedicated to studying the past, fascinated by the mechanics of historical change, and deeply, almost obsessively passionate about maps. Not much has changed. Tyler Sanders remains that same brilliant mind, but now tempered by maturity, deepened by scholarship, and sharpened by purpose. Tyler is the kind of student that stays with you, not just because of his intellect, but because of the spark he brings into every room. He is the kind of student who rekindles your own love for the subject, who makes you reflect on why you became a teacher in the first place. It wasn't hard choosing tonight's recipient. Over the past 4 years, Tyler has completed every AP Social Studies course available, not only excelling in each, but shaping the class around him. When I spoke with his AP European history teacher, Miss McGarty, she told me, Tyler is always driven by curiosity. He pushes others to think deeper, to see beyond the textbook, to connect the past to the present. That's Tyler. He doesn't just learn history, he lives it, questions it, maps it, and shares it. Outside of class, Tyler is a cornerstone of our speech and debate club and a leader in youth and government. His work at this year's state conference, particularly his award-winning legislation, wasn't just thorough, it was visionary. He doesn't just propose a solution, he researches, interrogates, and reconstructs an issue until there's no stone left unturned. That's academic rigor. That's civic responsibility. That's Tyler Sanders. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't return to what has been Tyler's constant companion, his love of maps. As a freshman, he transformed my whiteboard into a rotating gallery of historical geography. Once I questioned one of his borders, a mistake I would not make again, Tyler, in full confidence and clarity, explained his reasoning and taught a class a lesson in humility and precision. Fast forward to this year in AP Microeconomics. I'd occasionally glance at Tyler's screen after he'd finished his work, and I'd see what looked like a strategy game. Moving nations, drawing boundaries. I'll admit, I was briefly disappointed, but I didn't say anything. Tyler always had his work done and always done well. Later, I learned from another teacher that Tyler wasn't playing a game at all. He was building a web-based simulation, an original program designed to explore how regional cultures shape local political beliefs. What I mistook for a distraction was, in fact, a synthesis of his passion for political science and cartography. That's classic Tyler, using his spare time to map not just places, but ideas. This is what we celebrate tonight. Not just high grades or top scores, though Tyler certainly has those. We celebrate intellectual bravery. We celebrate students who make us better teachers, who challenge the standard definition of excellence, and who inspire those around them to think, learn, and lead. Next year, Tyler heads to Dartmouth, and I have no doubt that he'll continue to learn and lead in extraordinary ways. But tonight, we honor all that he has already accomplished, and the way he has elevated every classroom, every club, every community he's been part of. And before he sets off, we thank him for his passion, his brilliance, and the example he leaves behind. Some students follow the map. Tyler draws it. Without further ado, it's my great honor to present the 2025 Senior Social Studies Award to Tyler Sanders. Next, I'd like to introduce Ms. Ashley Fournier and Ms. Ann Kelly to present the Academic Award for Visual Arts.
Good evening. I'm Ann Kelly. I'm going to present 2 awards. It's a privilege to stand here today to honor the outstanding achievements of our students at Goffstown High School, particularly in the realm of our drawing and painting classes. Today, I have the pleasure of recognizing a student who exemplifies the very essence of artistic excellence and personal growth. Hayden Goodwin is not only a talented artist, but also a remarkable individual who embodies the qualities we aim to nurture in our educational community. From the very first day, this student has impressed us with his kindness, creativity, and authenticity. His work is a testament to originality, as he consistently pushes boundaries of his imagination and artistic expression. Not only does he bring his unique vision to life, but he also respects the discipline required by consistently meeting deadlines and remaining open to suggestions and creative feedback. In our classes, he is a beacon of positivity, always willing to help his peers and contributing to the supportive learning environment. Hayden perseveres through challenges, showing resilience and determination to improve and succeed. He doesn't hesitate to ask for advice, demonstrating a genuine openness to new ideas and perspectives. What truly sets him apart is his willingness to explore new mediums and tackle complex concepts. He is unafraid to venture into uncharted territories and bravely shares his personal passions and details of his home life, enriching his artwork with profound depth and meaning. In recognition of his dedication and courage, I am honored to present this academic award to a student who truly exemplifies what it means to be a committed and innovative artist. Your talent and character inspire us all, and we cannot wait to see the incredible things you will accomplish in the future. Please join me in congratulating Hayden Goodwin. My second award is, hang on one second. To gather and celebrate the profound impact that art has on our lives. Art is a universal language that can express the deepest emotions, joy, love, and even fear. It's with great pride that we honor a student who embodies the spirit, artistic expression in every imaginable way. Kaylin Emerson is a name familiar to many within our school community. Her artistic talents are not confined to one medium. She expresses herself through both her stunning visual artwork and her captivating performances on stage. Whether she is painting on a canvas or singing a melody, Kaylin brings a sense of joy and warmth that lights up any room she enters. Despite facing stress and overwhelming situation, Kaylin remains a beacon of positivity. Her ever-present smile and encouraging nature have made a significant impact in the art room this year and within the Art Honor Society. She not only is dedicated and reliable student who consistently completes her work with excellence, but she is also talented and uplifting to her peers. Kaylin, you are not just an amazingly talented artist, but also a humble and bright soul. Your contributions to our school community have been invaluable, and we are confident that your future is filled with endless artistic possibilities. We wish you well in your continued journey and eagerly await the wonderful things that you will accomplish. Now I'd like to introduce Ashley Fournier.
Hi, I have the wonderful fortune to teach across both the tech and graphics department, the art and graphics department. I have the absolute joy of being able to speak about someone who lights up every room she walks into. She's the kind of person who reminds us that excellence isn't just about big achievements, it's about the little things too. Her attention to fine-tuned details is nothing short of inspiring. Whether she's perfecting a project, critiquing her work, or adding that final touch to a creative piece, she sees what others might miss and holds herself to the highest standards. But what truly sets her apart is her fearless curiosity. She didn't have the ability to be in the Graphics 2 class, so she sought out being in a directed study, and we got to work on the whole curriculum together, and it was wonderful. She's always ready to try something new and step outside her comfort zone and take on challenges with a smile. Where others may hesitate, she leans in. She doesn't just want to succeed, she truly wants to learn and grow and to understand as much as she can along the way. She's eagerly taking on learning 3 new programs beyond the curriculum expectations to prepare herself for her future in graphic arts. And let's not forget her energy. She brings a bubbly, joyful spirit that lifts everyone around her. I constantly look forward to seeing her face, period, too, every day and sharing the videos. Her laughter's contagious, her enthusiasm is magnetic, and her presence makes any space feel a little bit brighter, a little warmer, and a lot more fun. Charlie, thank you for showing us what it means to be both driven and joyful, focused and fearless. You remind us that learning is an adventure and that it's okay to laugh along the way. We're so lucky to have you in our community, and we wish you the best of luck at St. Anselm's next year. Congratulations, Charlie. And now I have the honor of introducing Mr. Levanaway.
Good evening, everyone. Our next award recipient this evening is a natural leader who inspires others, a student who embodies the goodness that we seek in ourselves. This student not only takes one college credit course in technology, they're taking two simultaneously. A typical school day for our recipient might include studious note-taking during a lecture, rallying classmates to focus on the task at hand using those handy notes, solving some brain-twisting coding problems in Python, again using those notes. And when things in the computer repair lab tend to go a little sideways or unpredictable, and then things all come together at the end, it's always pleasant to hear across the lab, "Oh my gosh, it actually worked." And then share those notes with others. Combine all this goodness with a golden attitude and bright personality, and you can quickly understand how Avery Brizell achieved her way to this technology award. So congratulations, Avery. And Melissa Mazzoni.
Good evening. I know I speak for our entire counseling department when I say that it is our pleasure to present the Book and Medal Awards to the scholars in the class of 2026. The College and University Award Program provides recognition to the outstanding members of the junior class and encourages them to consider the educational opportunities available at these distinguished institutions of higher learning. In addition, many of these awards include significant scholarships for recipients who choose to apply and are accepted at these prestigious schools. Please welcome Kim McCann, Assistant Principal and a graduate of St. Michael's College, to present our first book award this evening.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to represent St. Michael's College here tonight. I'd be remiss as well if I didn't share that there are more than a few of us who are alumni of St. Michael's College here at Goffstown High School. I think we could start our own chapter of an alumni association. And there might be enough of us in the room tonight to do that. I think there's 4 or 5 of us at the very least here. The reason I say that is I think there's a strong connection between the values of St. Michael's College's book award this evening and Goffstown High School, and it's a real pleasure to be able to recognize this student. The St. Michael's College Book Award for Community Engagement recognizes outstanding students in the junior year who have demonstrated academic excellence and rigor and a sincere commitment to community in community service, looking at issues of peace, justice, concern for others. The Book Award represents just one way in which St. Michael's College strives to fulfill its mission to better the human condition by honoring those who lead with the spirit of serving others. This year's recipient is a member of Student Council, National Honor Society. As a peer tutor, her character and spirit of service to others shines. She is patient, incredibly kind, making sure whomever she is helping understands what she is teaching. She is up for any challenge presented to her She pursues it with class and success. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the St. Michael's Academic Achievement Award, Ms. Emma Bird. And here to present the next award is school counselor Leah Sutherland. Thank you.
The Rensselaer Medal was first presented in 1916 with two purposes: to recognize the academic achievement of young men and women and to motivate students towards careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We honor a young man whose presence speaks volumes, not through loud words, but through quiet strength. He leads not by command, but by example. With a calmness in the face of challenge and unwavering dedication to his peers, he has become a pillar of support and inspiration in the school community. He embodies humility, not seeking the spotlight, but always lifting others into it. He is grounded, respectful, and kind. Yet beneath that humble exterior lies a fierce determination. Whether in the classroom or on the mat, he shows grit, resilience, and in the kind of athletic toughness that inspires those around him to push harder and aim higher. A true leader, a humble soul, and a relentless force of character. Congratulations to Stevie Dambois. You're welcome. Here to present the next award is school counselor Eric Kostecki.
Good evening. Worcester Polytechnic Institute is a school that boasts top-tier academic, immersive, project-based learning experiences and invaluable preparation for life after graduation. WPI prides itself on shaping the next generation of STEM leaders, recognizing the Innovation Award for high school juniors as the first step in continuing this tradition. Award nominees demonstrate outstanding academic achievement in STEM disciplines, apply theory to real-world challenges, and exhibit curiosity, collaboration, and leadership. This young man truly embodies the innovative spirit and commitment to excellence that the WPI Innovation Award seeks to honor. As one of the top students of Goffstown High School class of 2026, this student has distinguished himself not only through his academics, but through his engagement in the school community as a leader and peer tutor in the National Honor Society. His intellectual curiosity is evident in his pursuit of advanced studies, earning the AP Scholar distinction and the Seal of Biliteracy in Latin. His leadership as Secretary of the National Honor Society and active roles in the Science, Olympiad, Speech and Debate Club, and multiple honor societies reflect a student who is both driven and collaborative. Notably, this student helped lead the Science Olympiad team to a second-place finish in the state and was recognized with the New Hampshire YMCA Youth and Government Lobbyist Award and a top finish in the Regional Ethics Bowl. Please join me in congratulating Ryan Weiss, this year's recipient of the WPI Innovation Award. Rochester Institute of Technology offers rigorous, professionally focused academic programs and is proud to be giving 2 awards on their behalf tonight. The first is for the RIT Women in STEM Award. This award goes to an outstanding female student who has demonstrated high achievement, ability, and interest in science, computing, robotics, and/or math. This young lady's academic record speaks for itself.
Her transcript is a showcase of high-level achievement across the sciences and mathematics, from AP Physics 1 and 2 to AP Chem, AP Calc, AB and BC, and honors courses in chemistry, biology, algebra, and pre-calculus. She consistently earns top marks, demonstrating both depth and breadth in STEM disciplines. Her experiences in STEM range from all the rigorous academic opportunities at GHS and VLAX to a summer college experience at Cornell to a BAE Systems Women in Technology program, not to mention a recent acceptance to a 2-week program at MIT this summer for the Lincoln Laboratory Radar Introduction for Student Engineers, which she is super excited about. She was one of 26 students accepted out of over 800 applicants. Please join me in congratulating Kira Schaefer, this year's recipient of the RIT Tech Women in STEM Award. Please welcome Christy Susie to present our next awards on behalf of School Counselor Ashley Barisi.
Our second award from the Rochester Institute of Technology is the RIT Science and Math Book Award. This award is given to a student who demonstrates both an interest and ability in the math and science fields, achieves superior grades, intends to pursue college-level coursework in science and/or math, and who is an active member of their school and community. This year's recipient was easy to nominate. Described as a student who is fascinated by the depths and possibilities of math, an extremely intelligent individual who asks questions that challenge both teachers as well as his own learning. He is constantly seeking answers to high-level math questions, enrolling in math classes at a local community college as early as his junior year. He is a member of our wrestling team and the National Honor Society. I am pleased to present the RIT Science and Math Award to Aiden Cockerill. The University of Rochester's Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award recognizes a student who has a demonstrated commitment to understanding and addressing social issues, has a dedication to community action, and has strong grades in the humanities and social sciences. Our award recipient meets all of these criteria and then some. He is a well-accomplished student athlete with an intent to major in economics or pre-law. He is a member of Student Council, whom many recognize as the voice of our MC at Winter Carnival and other assemblies. Beyond this, our nominee has demonstrated a dedication to school and community that leaves us hopeful for the mark he will continue to make in the world. This year's recipient of the University of Rochester Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award is Noah Babin. One more. Clarkson University is a leading research university innovating and educating students in over 90 rigorous programs of study in engineering, business, the arts, education, sciences, and health professions. Tonight, we are lucky to have 2 recipients from Clarkson University's awards program. The Clarkson University Leadership Award is given to a student who demonstrates leadership and outstanding academic achievement. Tonight's recipient defines the term well-rounded student. She excels on the field as a 2-sport athlete, on the stage as a violinist in our music program, and as a contributing member to the GHS Student Council and National Honor Society. Her dedication, leadership, positive attitude, and genuine smile spread like wildfire to influence our community for the better. We are pleased to present the Clarkson University Leadership Award to Mia Brissett. Here to present the next Clarkson Award is School Counselor Denise Fall.
Tonight, we are giving the Clarkson University Achievement Award to a student who demonstrates leadership, outstanding academics, and oh, so much more. Balancing 2 varsity sports with rigorous courses, she's a dedicated member of Rho Kappa and the National Honor Society. Her community commitment extends beyond the classroom, working at Deverance Farm and volunteering at the local food bank. Known for integrity and strong work ethic, she consistently goes above and beyond, even when no one is watching. She embraces feedback with maturity, demonstrates amazing independence, and is widely admired not only for her accomplishments, but for just being an exceptional human being. Congratulations, Gabby Millis. Endicott College prides itself on offering outstanding education, a strong community spirit, and a pioneering, nationally recognized internship program. The Endicott College Junior Book Award recognizes a member of the junior class that exhibits academic achievement and engaging citizenship. Recipients must demonstrate strong leadership skills both in and out of the classroom and hold a desire for hands-on and experiential learning. This young lady certainly embodies all of these qualities. As a member of Rho Kappa, the National Honor Society, and co-president of the Latin Club, she leads with quiet confidence and purpose. Her involvement in this year's award-winning Science Olympiad team showcases her intellectual curiosity and methodical approach to problem solving. Beyond the classroom, she brings learning to life through her work at Roots and Wings, a nature-based program for children, and her active participation in the Civil Air Patrol. Genuine, kind, and grounded, she approaches every opportunity with humility and a deep appreciation for hands-on learning. I am so happy to present this award to Madeline Rossi. The University of Rochester's Bausch and Lomb Honorary Science Award is given to a student who demonstrates high achievement and rigor in science and math classes and positive contributions to school and larger community. This young lady has evolved from a somewhat quiet freshman to a confident and dedicated leader. Her academic rigor in science and math is matched by her thoughtful decision-making and steadfast commitment to excellence, qualities that align perfectly with her aspirations of becoming a dentist. She also has a great smile. A well-rounded individual, she contributes to both the school and broader community through involvement in concert band, Rho Kappa, and as a founding member of the Creative Writing Club. She is also a leader in Civil Air Patrol and brings camaraderie and spirit to the eSports Club as our reigning Super Smash Bros. Champion. Humble, kind, and intellectually driven, she exemplifies the values of this prestigious award, and I'm thrilled to present it to J.L. Rouse. Please welcome back Andy Pishka to present the next book award.
It's an honor to be here presenting the Richard Gilder American History Book Award. The Gilder-Laram Institute of American History is a national organization dedicated to promoting American history in our schools, specifically high schools. The Richard Gilder History Book Award recognizes a promising and passionate student of history at Goffstown High School. This award and the student recipient remind us that by studying history, we can use the power of the past to shape the course of our future. We hope that the recipient's journey is filled with continued success, boundless curiosity, and a steadfast commitment to unraveling the mysteries of history for generations to come. It's worth noting that this is only the second time that this book award has been presented to a Goffstown High School student. The first one was Claire. The recipient of this award is also recognized as a 2024-2025 Gilder-Laram History Scholar. The 2025 recipient of this award is a Rho Kappa member, a formidable member of the back-to-back state championship wrestling team, and quite possibly one of the nicest people at Goffstown High School, Ian Campbell. We welcome back Mrs. Mazzoni.
Hello. I would like to invite Mr. McDermott, who's going to help me hand out the cords for the New Hampshire Seal of Biliteracy. So students can wear these with their graduation cap and gown. The New Hampshire Seal of Biliteracy is a national award that has been adopted by states across the country. This award is given by the state of New Hampshire and presented by the school in recognition of students who have studied and attained proficiency in 2 or more languages by high school graduation. The Seal of Biliteracy encourages students to pursue biliteracy, honors the skills that our students attain, and can be evidence of skills that are attractive to future employers and college admissions. Goffstown High School is pleased to present the New Hampshire Seal of Biliteracy to the following students, recognizing their achievements with a cord to wear at graduation. Riley Boucher for Spanish. Helen Carl, French and German. Skylar Chase, Latin. Luca DeMarco, Italian, Spanish, and Latin. Miriam Dumet, French. Asher Estep, Spanish. Mariela Fales, Spanish. Charlie Galleon, Latin. Sophia Garceau, French. Lainey Garrettson, Spanish. Olivia Georgantis, Latin. Aiden Grenier, Spanish. Alexander Lowell, Spanish. Cody Macaba, Spanish. Nathan Reed, Spanish. Lucas Ruby, German. Tyler Sanders, Spanish. And Arina Zadanova, Russian. Congratulations to our Seal of Biliteracy students. We will welcome Mr. McBride to send us home.
One more big thank you to our amazing staff, if you would help me. A huge congratulations again to all award recipients. Time for pictures and cupcakes. Again, I hope please stay around and take as many pictures as you would like. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.